Hello and welcome to Fraggle Talk Classic, the unofficial Fraggle Rock podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. My name is Beth and I am rewatching for the millionth time.
My name is Julia and I'm rewatching for the first time in 10 years.
My name is Adam, and instead of a joke like this, I have a joke for you, Beth.
Oh?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Guess.
Guess who?
Guess who's back? Back again. Dan Garza's back. Tell a friend.
Or two.
Or three.
Or four.
Ha-ha!
Yeah, I'm back, and it's let's see, it's been 12 hours since my last Fraggle viewing, and I'm here. I'm doing well.
Now, how are you feeling? Thank you for coming to us. It's been 12 hours. How are you feeling 12 hours after this experience?
I'm a little itchy. I'm a little antsy, but I'm gonna get my next fix probably in the next couple of seconds. Let's talk about this episode.
It's important to note that a little bit of itchiness is normal.
Oh, that means it's working.
And a little bit of antsiness is normal.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back. Yes, today we are talking about episode 216, Junior Sells the Farm, which originally aired on April 16th, 1984, written by Jerry Jewell and directed by George Bloomfield.
It's a Jerry episode. That makes so much sense now.
I opened the last one we did by being like, some episodes of Fraggle Rock are amazing and some of them just don't hit. This one's amazing. I love this episode. This ruled.
Now, here's the thing. Becca wrote the 40 Years Later article about this episode and was like, this is a bad episode of Fraggle Rock, but here's why it's important. And, I agree with a lot of the stuff that she said, a lot of it, but also I really like this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there are things about, WanderMcMooch is terrible, and that's the whole point.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be on his side.
Right.
He's a creepy frogman that zooms around and is bad off the bat.
Sonic the capitalist frog.
Oh, that sound that he makes.
WanderMcMooch.
Is he more of a toad? I think he's more of a toad, right? What's the difference between a frog and a toad?
I think he's more of a blemish.
Oh my.
Blemish on the face of the world.
Perhaps more of a mistake that God let slip through the cracks.
We need those.
I mean, not all of them are good.
There are some sketches of WanderMcMooch in his early conception where he does have a tail, but I'm pretty sure the puppet itself does not.
I haven't seen that particular puppet. Oh, I'd love for him to make an appearance in season 3. That'd be cool.
Oh, I would love
He's
that.
one of the Fraggle puppets that has popped up. He popped up in I think Muppet Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island. Seeing him on first sight, I was like, I know I've seen this puppet outside of this show, but I don't think that he's popped up on Back to the Rock just yet. So I just assumed he's a villager in Christmas Carol or something.
Does he show up later in the series, Fraggle Rock?
He shows up one more time in the series.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Love a callback villain.
Yeah.
And credit where credit is due, that's Bob Stutt.
Yes, thank you.
Ah.
Yeah. So,
nice.
Good on him, man. That's great.
That was masterfully done. Good villain? Good villain is hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do good villain. We open with maybe my favorite line that I've ever heard Doc say, which is, I don't know if you've noticed, Sprocket, but sometimes I forget to feed you. I get absent-minded. Yes, he has noticed. Yes, he is very aware. Thank you for admitting it.
We've given Doc so much crap over the course of this podcast for forgetting to feed his dog.
Hashtag dog feed your dog.
And put another, check mark in the Doc is neurodivergent column that he recognizes this about himself and he's trying to set up a sort of accommodation of okay, so my forgetting to feed you is unfortunately kind of inevitable. Let's plan for that. When my brain short circuits a little bit, I want to still make sure that my dog gets fed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking as someone who works with dogs for a living, automatic dispensers for dogs are great. As long as they're actually full and set correctly, because there are some really weird ones out there. But yeah, they're great for dogs and cats. That's just me hyping them up. If you are someone who's forgetful, Just get one of those bad boys, and hopefully it'll work better than what we'll see from this one in this episode.
We get a lot of good physical comedy from this thing, though.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I could really use that one for humans, though.
Ooh.
Right?
A human dispenser? When you need more humans?
When you need more humans, absolutely. If I need an assist on set, for me to like control my caloric intake for the day, that'd be cool. Like just set it and forget it.
Pre-dispense.
That would be
look,
nifty.
there's food in front of me. Awesome.
Ooh, a snack. Yeah.
3/4 of a cheeseburger.
You could probably do that with dry cereal pretty easily.
Yeah.
But also dry cereal's dry cereal.
Right.
Less exciting than a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I mean, kibble's kind of the halfway point there, though, right? It's like a dry meat cereal.
Kibble tastes very different.
I'm all for it if it works.
Speaking as someone who, as a 3-year-old, ate a lot of dog and cat kibble. Because that's the kind of kid I was.
Vibes. I just ate dirt.
Online confession. When I was a kid, I did eat dog jerky. Not jerky made from dogs, but jerky made for dogs.
Oh, did I eat anything weird as a kid?
Every kid eats something weird that they're not supposed to.
Right?
Yeah.
Grass also.
I mean, I ate radishes as a kid because of Fraggle Rock.
That's
So
food.
You never had to convince me to eat my veggies.
I mean, that's good.
No, that had to convince you to eat more than just the one veggie, radish.
You know, to get into Junior's brain, I went on this radish journey, and so I was baking them, and I was dehydrating them, and I was frying them, and I went through all the stages of and like exploring all the different kinds, and yeah, I found that if you cut them up. You can use them sort of as potatoes as well. Takes a little bit of you have to take a little bit of the spice out of it. But yeah, it's pretty great. I made a radish casserole for one of our cast and crew gatherings that we had for season 2. Season 1? Season 2. It was season 2. And it was absolutely delightful. Delicious.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Beth, you should totally tell of your radish experiments in this moment. And 2, just wanted to chime in. I really like turnips. I like to do mashed potatoes as a 2-to-1 ratio of potatoes and turnips because you get this like really creamy texture to it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's great. I like that.
Speaking of radishes, Beth.
Oh, just the radish experiments I've tried to do. Like I've been trying to make various foods that they mentioned in Fraggle Rock. Like I tried to make real edible doozer sticks, and I think next up on my list, I'm going to try real hard this fall to make peace soup from season 1 of Back to the Rock.
Yeah.
Which is a big old challenge.
Yeah.
You're not going to do the garlic and peach pie?
I was literally about to ask.
Oh, we'll definitely do peach and garlic pie at some point.
Yes.
That will happen.
But yeah, Beth has worked very hard in very many different ways to try to make radish powder to make a radish, like a doozer stick. Unfortunately, we have not yet succeeded. I say we, it's all Beth.
There we go. Like these?
Yo!
I heard y'all got little
And they're
pieces of the doozer
hexagons.
sticks. Right? Hexagons, I told you.
Yeah, little hexagons. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Glorious. And then we fade and we do one of those things that they're getting more comfortable doing where we just start right in the middle of the action. Because we just start with Red and Mokey in a cage in the Gorg Garden. Gorg Garden.
Yeah, there's no explanation of how they got there. I think it speaks to their trust in the audience at this point to be like, okay, we've done so much setup. You probably can put the pieces together of how they ended up in this cage, as it's happened so many times before. But it is really gratifying that we get to dive right in. They don't need to do the setup. They don't need to do any explanation. We're just straight into the thick of it. Also, is this we've spent a lot of time in the Gorg Garden in previous episodes. Is this the first time we're just in the Gorg Garden and not in Fraggle Rock, like, at all?
Oh, interesting question.
We never go into the rock.
We don't go into the rock, do we?
There was the episode where the funeral of like Gobo, where they're out in the garden a ton, but I'm pretty sure they're in the rock at various points. This time it's just Red and Mokey in the garden with the Gorgs, and that's it.
Is that Mokey's funeral? Or
Mokey's funeral, you're right, yeah.
Mokey's funeral, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't killed Gobo yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I just thought that was really cool. That also we're just out in this world this entire time.
Yeah, it is rarer to have an episode with no postcard from Uncle Traveling Matt. That's a notable thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then also episodes with only a couple of the main Fraggles. And yeah, it's just the girls this time around. Gobo, Wembley, and Boober do not make an appearance in this episode.
That they do not.
I wonder if that was a scheduling thing or if it was like a story-based thing.
It might have been both because according to Muppet Wiki, there are no Dave Goelz characters at all. So he might have just been unavailable.
Yeah.
He had a thing that day. And we get a lovely little bit of back and forth that I love it when they have a whole theme that's like satirizing stuff, but I also love it when it's just like a couple of lines. Because Mokey says, I believe that if we're kind and caring and truly loving, then nothing truly bad will ever happen to us. And I just sort of went, ha, 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 just world fallacy.
I said, uh-oh, Mokey read the secret.
Yep.
I have a feeling Mokey wrote the secret.
Oh, yeah.
That tracks.
That 100% tracks. And we get to see the Gorgs, because this is a predominantly Gorgish episode.
Yeah.
And we get to get more Gorgish lore.
Gorgish
lore.
Gorgish lore. We get to hear the story of the Magic Pea, which is an explanation for where Gorg women come from.
Except at the end, then his parents are like, this is not true. This is a legend. This is a story we tell children.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a great line at the end where it's something, I don't remember exactly what it is, but his dad is like, does your mom look like she came from a flower or something?
Right.
Which I thought was an unfair question, because it's like, how is he supposed to know?
That's kind of a rough thing. Yeah. It also sounds like, she's not, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Ooh, nice. There's also a little sideway line where Junior says, I'm only 473, which, dang.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've heard how old the Gorgs live to be, or at least how young.
Right?
Well, how young they are, yeah.
I feel so bad, because, 10 to 12 years of adolescence is already just a lot. I'm trying to imagine an adolescence measured in centuries, and just...
Woof.
I find myself having a lot more empathy for Junior and for Ma and Pa Gorg.
Yeah. In season 2 of our show, we have Junior's 500th birthday.
That's right.
So there is a movement in time to a certain degree.
Yeah, so I love that we're getting this setup of so Pa is saying, it's time you put away your childish ways and stop playing with Fraggles and go find a princess to marry. And that's when Pa tells the story of, the only way you could find a bride was be to find some peas of power that are, these legendary things that a Gorg prince will plant a pea of power, and then in the morning it will have grown into a plant that the first rays of the sun turn into a beautiful Gorg maiden. And Junior is just all in, fully believing this.
Yeah. Also, real quick, what an impressive fall!
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
If that was Gordon that fell off of that thing with that head, because I know they didn't have a stunt head back then. Holy smokes, that was a giant fall that he took. Yeah, I didn't see any cushions. I didn't see anything. He just went straight down.
I mean, he did the hit and roll. You got to see his feet fly up into the air, which is a good way to sort of diffuse some of the impact and force, but woof.
Still, I mean, for example, Junior's head, like the new head, I don't know about the old head, but the new head weighs 18 pounds. It just anytime Benny takes a tumble, I'm running up to him like a mama hen because I need to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't even imagine. I saw it and I had to watch it a couple of times. I rewound and I was like, oh yeah, that's...
Yeah, because Pa doesn't just fall backwards. He falls backwards off a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
He's several feet up in the air when he takes this stumble, and boy, I hope that Gorg body is absorbing shock.
There's a little in there, but not much.
Yeah.
There's not
Every
much.
little bit counts.
Yeah.
I do think one of the things that's really interesting about how Junior approaches this is because they kind of they don't tell him super directly, but they're like, oh, it's just a legend, whatever. But he latches onto this really hard because he's lonely.
Yes.
He doesn't have any peers. The only people he has to socialize with are his parents. And that's not how you develop a healthy mind.
No.
And the occasional Fraggle, which, again, if you're viewing them as lesser beings than yourself, then you're not going to have that same kind of peer-to-peer camaraderie either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which for, over 400 years, that's got to be a tough place to be.
Yeah. Not to mention I'll probably put a bit of a content warning at the start of this episode. The emotional and physical abuse Junior has to endure.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Like, I get that, like, okay, the puppets are intentionally, like, cartoony, and these character tropes are intentionally, like, amplified to be, larger-than-life characters that you can laugh at and see, harsh things at a safe distance. And also, Junior's had to put up with a lot of crap from his father.
Mm-hmm. Junior needs a union.
Yeah, and that's how. I mean, I really wanted to approach the new Junior from a point of like, okay, yes, he's got all of these things, but he is not he's not the fruit of a poison tree. I mean, he has to be his own thing, and so I had to talk to a lot of people about what I wanted to do with Junior, and everyone was on board, which is great. I'm so happy about that.
That is awesome. Could you say a little more about that, maybe? I would love to hear more about the process and sort of what conclusions you wound up coming to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could go on forever, and that's the problem. What I'm gonna say is not canon, and I have said it before in other interviews, podcasts, or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I had to justify why Junior is not Ma, why Junior is not Pa. What makes him different? The whole nature versus nurture thing. And for me, and this is my lore and not canon, I have to say, but in order to justify it, the first day I was on set, I saw the giant castle. And then I saw adjacent to that was the shed. And that the shed was key for me. And I thought, okay, Ma has a brother whose name is an anagram for Jim Henson, by the way, in my writing. And he is he hears that Ma's going to have a kid. He has rejected already the crown, and he comes back to be of service to his sister and his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
After having seen the world. And my theory is the reason that you see Bigfoot in the woods, it's actually this guy.
Yo.
He's been looking at humans. He's been looking at the way that different ecosystems work and all of that, and the way that everything is symbiotic and one thing affects the other, right? And so he comes back so that he can have a shot to actually bring a good Gorg into the world generationally. And so he becomes the caretaker, and he starts helping build, and he starts helping garden, and little Junior is there alongside him, and he's teaching him the way that things work, and one thing leads to another, and Junior gets to a particular age, and Pa overhears, his name is Yanin, he overhears Uncle Yanin saying, hey, there's joy, and there's this, and there's love, and there's compassion, there's empathy, and all these things. And Junior is like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? And then Pa hears this, and he gets upset, he gets angry, and he banishes him from the kingdom. And Junior misses his uncle so much that he builds an effigy, basically, of him in the form of that scarecrow that's in the garden.
Wow.
That's his uncle. His uncle used to live in that shed, and the reason that Junior treats all his vegetables the way that he does, he takes care of the carrots and the radishes and the potatoes and the strawberries and all of these other things individually, is because that's the way he would treat his friends if he had friends.
Oh.
Because each one needs its own care. Each one needs its own sunshine and the lack thereof, and the watering and the soil and all of the things and the pruning and everything that you do as a good friend. And the way that Junior expresses his love for these things is the same way that he would express his love if he had actual friends. Aww. And so that's my Junior backstory.
That's awesome. And like high-key heartbreaking,
right?
In a very beautiful way.
This is my new favorite headcanon. Adopting immediately.
Yeah, his name was Yanin Mims, and that was the name of his uncle. Yanin Mims.
Thank you for sharing that. That was that was beautiful.
A little off topic, but that's me.
No,
adjacent to the topic. This is no. In fact, that is not even that is in fact very on topic.
I was hoping to get you on this episode, so we could talk about Junior Gorg. Very much on topic.
Which also, you don't have to apologize for being off topic.
Oh, yeah.
We go off topic all the time.
All the time.
All right.
So I love the flip from, oh my gosh, Pa is horrible, to, oh right, Pa and Ma really love each other and they can be super cute at times.
Oh yeah, my queen cute person.
Right?
Come, my queen cute person.
I think he calls her Duckykins in this episode too. All the good hits.
Cute person is just chef's kiss. It's so good.
Queen cute person.
It's like a little bit of a cop-out, but I still kind of love it.
Yeah.
Ma's also wearing a great sun hat. And she also has an awesome outfit later in this episode. Ma gets some costume changes in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, her and Pa are going to go, they're like taking their afternoon stroll or something. You know, they're going to go off together, have their very lovey-dovey date, and they leave Junior to guard the castle. And I think it's Ma who's like, but no one's like, we haven't had anybody try to attack the castle for like 6 generations. And then Pa's like, well, that's how I know that Junior will do a good job protecting it. And it's like, man, that's
what a backhanded compliment.
They dunk on Junior so hard.
Yeah,
it's frustrating too because spoilers, he winds up selling the castle, but Pa's been complaining about it. He literally says, "I would sell it if I could."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so when the opportunity comes up to sell it, Junior's like, "Yeah, I'll sell this. That's what Dad wants." Like,
yeah,
it is very much the like neurodivergent in a room of neurotypicals taking things literally, and then people being like, well, that's not what I said or meant, and it's like, no, that is exactly what you said, and if that's not what you meant, you should have said something different.
Yeah, right. And also, yeah, like we've already talked about, Ma and Pa are Junior's only real connections, and he's been put in this place where what Pa says is law, and Pa has both mentioned, man, I'd sell this castle if I could, and also talked about the P's of power. And so he's just following what he thinks his dad would want best for this entire situation. And he doesn't know better. He's only 473, guys. He's so young.
he's doing what he thinks is right, yeah.
He's just a little guy. Just a big little guy. But there's a bit where they're dunking on Junior, and Pa Gorg says, you can't even find your own feet. And Junior says, I can too, there. And then he checks his armpit, and then he gets confused. And it's just... oh...
yeah.
I laughed very hard. I laughed very hard several times in this episode.
Yeah. And Red and Mokey, to their credit, you know, they might be more of like secondary characters in this episode, but every single moment they're on screen, they are Mokeying and Redding as hard as they can. You know, you get Mokey repeating like, well, you know, never forget, no harm can befall us if we are kind and loving and caring Fraggles. And Red, I am worried about becoming kind and loving and caring smudges on the floor. Like, yes, Red knows what's up.
Yeah, that whole kind of, that mindset is so much easier to hold on to when you haven't experienced consequences.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a time to pick daisies and a time to break free from tyranny.
And a time to run because there's monsters. No amount of positive thinking is going to save you if you are covered in barbecue sauce and there's a hungry bear.
Facts.
Again with the bear. Call back to last week.
Hey, pew, 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 pew.
The seamless transition between the mini RC puppets and the traditional hand puppets is beautiful. The way that it's handled in this is you get just enough movement, just enough motion, and then it cuts to them, and it works so well. It's beautifully done.
They're so good at splicing together that kind of thing to make it feel organic. Like, and it's wonderful because it's intertwined with the script writing too. Like when they're talking about something broader and they're just sort of talking about the scene, they get to use the little ones and you get to see them facing away. So you get to just sort of see the movement a little bit. And then as soon as it comes to them talking to each other, we get the close up. And of course, that's when you would want to focus on your characters' faces more. And it's really slick.
Yeah, it's really well done. And the fact that Junior can pick up the cage, and they're still moving and doing all of that.
Yeah.
That they aren't rod puppets, that they're actually RCs was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that you could see them, freaking out a little, like, oh, this cage is moving. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So yes, WanderMcMooch, as played by Bob Stutt. We've previously seen him as Felix the Fearless and Last of the Lily Creatures. All sorts of wonderful Henson projects he's been a part of.
Oh, this dude did Last of the Lily Creatures?
Yeah.
Range.
I know. I mean, God, that puppet just, oh. I mean, it was probably at least 3 people to operate the Last of the Lily Creatures, but still.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, we get this icky-looking guy sitting in a tree surveying the castle and saying he's gonna tear down the castle and bulldoze the hills and divert the river and burn the forest. Just like, okay, instant villain. We get it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're into that kind of thing, then he could be your hero.
Yeah.
If you're a corporate warmonger, then yeah.
They're like, wow, why is this like poor defenseless frog getting completely bodied by all these people?
Yeah, it's the 80s. Greed is good, right?
Christ.
Yeah.
The 3 lines that I wrote in all caps are, what? Who is this frog man? He is coded like a Zen hillbilly crossroads trickster. Who is this capitalist villain? What? I love him. I hate him. I love to hate him. And then there's a long pause, and then, why is he so fast?
Yep.
Which I love that they never explain that.
Never explained.
He just is.
I loved playing it at a slower speed so that I could hear the motion for longer. Yeah.
Ooh.
It was like that. It was great.
I should try that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I think if you play it backwards, it must say something.
Probably.
Read is good. Read is good. Read is good.
And he says, oh, that looks like a Gorg castle, which, more Gorgish lore, confirmed there is more than one Gorg castle out there in the universe somewhere, and he has seen another one before.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
His pose, by the way, is absolutely beautiful. When he finally sits down to talk to Junior, the whole cross-legged thing, full body, you can see him. It's just absolutely beautiful. The pose is fantastic. I geek out on those things.
Speaking of poses, there's this amazing little bit of just physical expression when Junior, because he's like, well, this seems like a good deal, but first I have to ask you a very shrewd question. Are you telling the truth? But before he asks the shrewd question, he puts his arms out flat to sort of hold the moment. He puffs himself up, and then he waves a finger, and it's just this great little bit of body language that is beat for beat incredibly intentional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With us, with Benny and I, when we do the initial read, just kind of rehearsal on set, sometimes if he has an idea for something, he'll bubble it up. But I'll read it as Junior. I'll do the movements and the blah blah blah, and then Benny will interject, and then sometimes Frank Mashkalite will come over because he was 5th season Junior Gorg's body.
Ooh. After
Rob left after the 4th season. And so we'll have these discussions. So sometimes the body is driving the action and the way things go, and other times the voice. And so when we do it right, it's magic. And when we do it wrong, you can tell.
Makes for some good bloopers.
Oh yeah. That's bad stuff sometimes.
It is. I mean, look, when my voice and thoughts and my body are in line, things are generally better than when they're not. You can probably tell when my voice and body are not in line.
Yeah, poor Benny. Hearing all those servos going off inside inside the giant head that he wears is not a comfortable place. But he's got my love and respect, and I will shout him out till the day I die.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Benny's amazing.
Benny's amazing.
I love that, because I remember that was the case with the original Junior Gorg, right? I remember reading that in the tome that...
The tome.
Richard Hunt and, oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
Rob Mills?
Thank you, yes. Had that same kind of relationship, like, oh, what if we do this, and playing off of each other. So I love that that's continued.
Yeah, no, that, and And that was something we needed to see each other's sensibilities. And so the way that we were paired up, Frank Meshkalite with Andy Hayward, Amy Garcia with Ingrid Hansen, and Benny and myself, I made it a point to become, close, fast friends with Ben, because I needed to know how he was going to respond to things on the fly. And by the time we were done, we could pretty much, I think we had probably 92% accuracy on what we were going to, what one was going to do and how one was going to react, even with improvised lines. So, yeah, it's important to know each other's sensibilities and trust. Lots of trust.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of that improv activity that I keep hearing about and wanting to try, but I haven't found a good group to do improv yet, where you've got one person who has one half of a script and the other person doesn't, and you have to do a scene together.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you want to do it. We can do it.
That would be phenomenal. So Junior agrees to sell the castle for magic pea seeds, and it's very cute because you get to see McMooch come back and be like, would you take a magic broccoli? What about a magic radish? Okay, fine, I'll get you some magic pea seeds.
I love that first he offers, the standard, oh, here's a bag of gold, and Junior's like, no, not interested.
Yeah.
Do Gorgs have capitalism either? Do they have money?
I mean, it seems like he understands the concept of selling something and of making a deal.
But to who?
Right?
And I mean, they know what diamonds are. I mean, and rhinestones too. The Gorgs feel like they would buy into the benefit of like gold and gems and stuff. And it's more in this circumstance, he just wants the piece of power. But I can't remember if we've really seen them. Yeah, because it's not. Also, this is like the first time we've seen Junior interact with someone that's not his parents or the Fraggles, and he's super chill about it. He's like, "Oh, hi, yeah, let's talk about selling this castle." Just very nonchalant and excited.
Yeah,
and not afraid of strangers, which is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that speaks to the sort of nature versus nurture thing, right? Because Pa and Ma would be terrified of strangers, but I feel like Junior being warm speaks that he is, not just what they have tried to mold him to be.
Yeah. And we get for the first time the Solemn Oath of the Gorg.
This was the first time. Okay. I couldn't remember if we'd seen this before.
Yes, we've seen the Solemn Oath of the Fraggle
couple times,
more than once, but this is the first time that we have seen that there is a Gorgish counterpart that likewise cannot be broken.
Was it hey nani nani, hey nani nani, ha cha cha? Was that it?
Yep.
Something like that.
Literally, hey nanny nanny, hey nanny, ha cha cha. And I was like, in order for me to like, I have to know everything about everything. And so I memorized the hell out of that when we were, because I never could tell when somebody was going to say like, "Hey man, so what's the Gorgos?" I'm like, oh god, I don't know.
Fans being pedantic.
How dare!
So funny. So funny.
Speaking of pedantry, is that cha-cha-cha? Is that like a
like a Jimmy Durante thing?
I was just going to Jimmy Durante. Thank you. I was like, I know, I can picture him in my head.
Yeah. I think it calls to again the comedic sensibilities of Richard, and probably Jerry. Jerry Jewell.
Yeah.
So we cut back to Doc and Sprocket, and we get one of my favorite physical bits of comedy.
Yeah, this scene is great.
Maybe the whole show, but definitely the episode. Because he's like, all right, it's the automatic dog food dispenser. We're going to turn it on. And he turns it on, and it just starts spitting out unopened cans of dog food.
So many.
Which I don't know where they fit. Like, if you look at the apparatus, it doesn't seem like it would be that many in there. But
I don't either, but I appreciate that they were willing to bend reality for the sake of a gag.
Right.
I don't know if any of y'all have seen Hundreds of Beavers.
No, but my partner wants to show it to me.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the trailer.
It's wild. It's like Charlie Chaplin meets Looney Tunes, but on the scale of Mad Max Fury Road.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Wow.
And there's one of my favorite little bits is he's like wearing snowshoes and he gets hurled somewhere and he lands face first, and then you see one snowshoe land like right next to him. And then another snowshoe lands like right between his legs, and you're like, oh. And then a third snowshoe just comes out of nowhere and clocks him right in the head. And it's like, he only had 2, but there needed to be a third beat, and this needed to happen. Right. So for just this bit, there is a third one. There are a couple of jokes in that movie that I am a little uncomfortable with, but the rest of that movie is absolute gold.
Duly noted.
All right, I'll take a look.
I did zoom. I paused the screen when it zoomed in on Doc pressing a button. I wanted to see what the buttons said, and the middle 2 buttons say skip or reset. The one on the left says something. It could be the word food. Who knows? But the one on the end, it either says end doc or end dog, and I don't like either option.
No.
What is this button doing?
It's the Dogginator. He's the Dogginator. You push the button and now it's programmed to do it.
Oh
no. I'm so sorry, Sprocket. The machine has failed in its one objective. It's time to end it all.
Right. Oh no. Come with me if you want to eat.
All Sprocket wants to do is eat.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
You blame him?
Oh, there's a wonderful little puppetry moment where when they give up on the wet food and try the dry kibble, and it's spewing like a volcano everywhere, and Sprocket just picks one little individual off his head and looks at it, sniffs it, and eats it.
It's so good.
So yeah, we cut back to Ma and Pa returning from their walk, and they see a pile of stuff sitting out in front of the castle, including the painting of King Gorgas the Great with Sir Hubris that we saw in that episode.
Yep.
Julia, were you able to spot now?
I was, yeah. Not that the lighting is a little better or brighter.
The lighting is better, yeah, and much easier when you know what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, I've always, after I saw Brad Dourif in Lord of the Rings, I always thought that's Brad Dourif right there as Grima Wormtongue. He could pull that off.
Oh my gosh. Grima Wormtongue as Sir Hubris.
Headcanon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Love it. So yeah, Junior tells them that he's sold the farm and he's very proud of himself.
Pa is
Yeah.
Well, so Pa, it's interesting. I don't have a lot of respect for Ma and Pa, just sort of in general on principle because of who they are as people. But Pa's like, oh, well, we'll renegotiate. We'll cancel the deal. And Junior's like, well, I made the solemn oath of the Gorg, and Pa's, and then they just respect it.
Yeah.
Like they have some willingness to follow their ideals into discomfort.
Yeah.
Which is, not always true of the type of people they're spoofing.
Which we kind of saw in the Sir Hubris episode, right? Where the Fraggles pretended to be him, and the Gorgs were like, okay, well then we have to leave. And so this has been a reoccurring thing where, they live in their own world and Pa is not really a nice guy, but at the end of the day, they follow the Gorg laws that have been there for generations and generations.
Yeah. I want to go back real quick to a moment when McMooch throws empties out the sack, and Junior picks one up, and then you can see it in his fingers. And again, this is a puppetry thing because anytime that Benny has to pick something up, I have to open the mouth because otherwise he can't see. This is kind of breaking the magic.
Oh, right.
No, that's really cool.
But you'll see me going, anytime he's going to pick something up, I have to justify it with some sort of a mouth sound.
Wow.
But when he's running, I'll leave the mouth going. So he's like, so to match the flap, right? To justify the mouth being open. But in that shot, and I had to rewind it. What am I? Yeah, I am old. But so there's nothing on the table. He's got it pinched between his fingers the whole time.
Oh.
And so when he reaches down to pick it up, he simulates, and your brain is just like, oh, it's on the table. But it truly wasn't. But you can see the P in his finger. So if you watch that scene again, you'll see that his right hand is pinched. The two fingers are pinched together like that because he's palming it so that he can produce it later on.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Ta-da!
Oh, I'm glad that you told us about that because you're right. I did not notice.
No seams in the world building.
And then we fade to the Gorgs garden at night with the full moon, and Junior sitting with a flower pot, talking to these peas that he's gonna plant. All right, girls, which one of you is it gonna be? And he sings this lovely little love song called Dream Girl Lover. And this whole sequence is like equal parts lovely and sad, because we get to see how lonely Junior is.
Yeah, my notes are like, oh my gosh, what is this sequence? Oh my gosh, Lady Gorg, Dream Girl Lover. And then my notes go, wait, this is actually sad.
It's sad and kind of terrifying, because the female Gorg he imagines is terrifying.
Well, it kind of just looks like him.
It's him in a dress.
In a wig, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't clock that at all, and it's
a scaled version.
All of my terror has gone to sadness again. Good Lord.
It's the Junior hand puppet. And I don't know if they made a new one or they just put a dress and a wig on it, but
it is actually.
Do you think it's that? I thought it was the full body, that it was just a dress on Junior. I mean, it's shot on another screen, I felt.
There's definitely green screen going on. Yeah, because you see her, like fade in and fade out, and they kind of swirl around each other. But it looks to me like the hand puppet, because she didn't have as much like facial articulation.
Maybe I'll have to go back and watch it again.
It's used for such a short amount of time. If that's what they did, I'm sure like they just repurposed it for efficiency and because they already had it on hand. But when you think about it, Junior's had no interactions with other Gorgs besides his parents. So all he has is to go off of his own reflection and be like, well, maybe she'll look like me. And that's really depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, guy. Man.
Yeah, I love him so much.
And then we get the Mokey. Mokey starts speaking up, which we also got like a moment earlier in the episode where she's telling Red, like, this guy is lying. He's a cheater, which, it's not that it's off-brand for Mokey, but, we've seen Mokey be like, oh, nice, pleasant things will come if we're like good, caring, loving Fraggles. And then suddenly she's like, this guy is not good or loving or caring. I do not care for him.
Yeah.
And Red even is like, hey, don't help the Gorgs, but Mokey still stands up for it and is like, hey, I'm going to let you know that those peas aren't going to work at all.
Yeah. And she does it really gently. She's like, hey, that Mr. McMooch is a mean and vicious creature. Those are not magic peas. Like, I'm sorry, but we heard him say so. Like, gets, Red to at least like nod and mumble along.
I feel like this is the best of Mokey. Like, we've seen her use this kind of nature to be very condescending and a little holier than thou in previous episodes. And here it's like the same tone, but it's used for good to actually help somebody in their current situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that her first instinct is to help. It speaks to the fact that these species are slowly winding together.
Yeah, and not to help to like better her own standing, which is also something we've seen. Just because in the moment it is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Or Red to get out of the cage. She would have leveraged that.
Yeah, Mokey's not just trying to be a kind and loving Fraggle to fellow Fraggles. She's extending that to this guy who's supposedly her enemy and quite literally put her in a cage and has no intention of letting her go, at least not yet.
Yeah.
Which I like that she can distinguish between Junior, who's like generally a very good person and occasionally does things like put Fraggles in cages, and WanderMcMooch, who's just, no, this guy is bad news, 100%. Do not trust him.
Yeah. I love that.
I also love that she stays to find out what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he lets them out. They stay up all night putting, like, rhinestones in this pea plant so that they can trick Mr. McMooch into thinking it made diamonds so that he'll want it back. And then Red's like, we're free, let's go. And Mokey's like, no, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens.
I want to make sure it works. I want to make sure Junior's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Mokey. She wants a little bit of drama.
True. She wants to make sure her plan works. Which, honestly, I probably would do the same. Like, yes, I want to make sure Junior's okay, but also I want to make sure I was right and that my plan was great.
Yeah.
So, the last beat that I think is fascinating here is McMooch is trying to stop them from going back on the deal, and he finds out that, and Junior gives credit where it's due, that this trick was come up with by Fraggles. And McMooch hates Fraggles.
Yeah.
And I was wondering why, and then I finally realized, like, oh, this show is meant to bring about world peace. World peace is not very profitable. Of course capitalists hate Fraggles.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this was... So the part of Becca's article that I really agree with is that WanderMcMooch is... because he's obviously such a bad guy, like, he's only here one more time because in the world of Fraggle Rock, the whole point is that, like, the Gorgs and the Fraggles and the Doozers, who are, all these different species who are originally either antagonizing each other or ignoring each other, they eventually start to talk to each other and get to know each other and realize how much they have in common. And you can't do that with WanderMcMooch. This is not a redeemable character. And, like, maybe if he stuck around, they could have, like, given him that arc, but it also doesn't feel like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't fit in a world where... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He doesn't want the kind of life that would come with a redemption arc.
See, I think that's also an important piece of representation. One of my favorite episodes of Adventure Time is the first episode where we meet Magic Man, and Finn thinks he's a harmless little beggar begging for food, and is like, oh man, I have this thing of sugar. I really wanted to eat that, but I should totally give it to him because that's the right thing to do. And then Jake's like, oh, also if you give it to him, he might turn out to be like a magical elf and give you a cool magic item. And so they give Magic Man the sugar, and he turns Fit into a Bigfoot. And Finn hates that. And Magic Man's like, oh, I will change you back once you have learned my lesson. And they wind up finding a bunch of other people that Magic Man has just sort of turned into weird shapes. Mm-hmm. And they, just an amazing metaphor for disability solidarity, all like make a weird organic Megazord and turn into a person. And the next time they see Magic Man, they beat him up. And they keep just being like, change us back. And he's like, but you haven't learned my lesson. And they're like, well, what's the lesson? He goes, well, think about it. And they're like, is it that we, I get it. And Finn's like, yeah, I get it. I gave this to you because I wanted something in return. I should have given it to you because that was the right thing to do. And Magic Man's like, no, that's not it. And they're like, what? And Jake finally is like, come on, man. This guy's not even worth our sugar. He's just a jerk. And Magic Man goes, you figured it out, and turns everyone back. And the whole point of the lesson is some people are jerks and they're not worth your sugar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true.
And, given infinite time and resources, I'm certain we could teach a corporate CEO how to be a person. But I would rather use those resources to help the people that person is exploiting.
Yeah.
Righty.
Ma's outfit.
Yes.
And the it's sort of the song that they sing is like a dirge to their home.
Yeah.
I liked the song.
Oh, it's so powerful.
She's dressed in mourning black, like she's in mourning for losing their home.
Yeah.
And she looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Pa's used to it. I don't know. He's in his regular stuff.
I love his verse where he's just telling WanderMcMooch everything that's wrong with the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's like, look, here are all the problems you're inheriting.
Full disclosure.
It's a very dad move, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just the laundry list of projects that have not gotten tackled yet.
Yeah. And I love that Junior comes at it from a place of, like, be nice to the flowers, be nice to the bathtub, be nice to our house when we go. Like, of course. Of course that's what Junior cares about.
Yeah.
Guy's got priorities straight. Well, he would want people to be nice to his friends if he had any.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
No.
And I'm so glad Junior didn't screw up and say rhinestones.
Right.
Yes.
I was waiting for it.
I thought it was going to happen because it was seeded early on, but no, he got it right.
Yeah.
It said diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did great. And he finally gets Pa's approval, which it's kind of sad that, like, it takes that much to get Pa's approval, but hey, Junior actually did do a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, and picking up Red and Mokey and, like, shaking them in McMooch's face is kind of a I want to say that it's a fun bit, but by the same token, I mean, Have you ever been on one of those roller coasters that, like, this roller coaster doesn't know its own strength?
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what is happening to them.
Yeah.
Both Mokey and Red as they're being jostled around by Junior.
Well, and when he grabs them, doesn't he tell them, like, be scary, guys?
Yeah.
And they're just making noises as he shakes them in the air.
Yeah, at least on a roller coaster, your little pod that you're strapped into doesn't get shoved in the face of a giant, horrible green monster thing.
It would probably eat the Fraggles, if we're being honest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we end on Doc admitting that, okay, this machine was not a good investment, buyer beware. And then he gives Sprocket a big old hug, like, this is what else that machine can't do. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did like that beat. That was very sweet.
Yeah. It was very sweet.
Doc gets 2 good job Doc tokens this episode.
Oh.
And my final note for this episode is, in all caps, he finally feeds Sprocket.
Yes.
Good job, Doc.
Only took him 1.5 seasons. Alrighty, Beth, do you want to tell us about the international versions?
Let's see. According to Muppet Wiki, in the UK version, the captain is tired of cleaning the lighthouse windows and decides to try out a tin of window cleaning fluid a salesman left behind before being chased across the rocks by Sprocket. He finally finds the fluid called window magic and tries it out on a mirror before going to bed. The mirror cracks. Wow, that's some caustic stuff that just cracks a mirror.
Dang.
Yeah, that's the only note on the international versions.
Wow. And how does that get resolved? Oh my gosh.
Right? Like, what's the answer there? I mean, I guess it's also a buyer beware scenario.
I would imagine, yeah.
Buyer beware, you're in for a scare. Wait, wrong thing.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we got Dan Garza here for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us to gush all about Junior Gorg.
Yeah, I love talking about Junior.
Yeah, that's rad. Thank you so much for being here. You have been a delight to host. Is that the right verb? Host? To converse with. Boom.
There you go.
To podcast with.
Thank you for potting our cast with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yay. There you go. And, Dan, where can folks find you online should you wish to be found?
Is there anything you want to plug?
Well, I haven't gotten plugs yet, but the dome is really working for me right now. But
it is, especially with the beard combo.
Yeah. It's like an upside down face. I was working with Michel Gondry, and I was sitting next to a guy who had like a giant thing of hair, and he said, "You have the same, but one is upside down." Like that. Where can you find me? You can find me on social medias at OUTTAPEZ Atapez on Instagram, on Twitter, and wherever else my weird face shows up. Yeah.
Glorious.
What about y'all?
You can find me on the various social media at Beth Anna Cook. That's Anna with 2 N's, and occasionally writing stuff for Tough Pigs.
And you can find me at Geek Girl Grown Up, also occasionally writing for Tough Pigs, and at JulieGaskell.com.
You can find me hiding in the rafters at the last remaining Applebee's, throwing French fries at the waiters as they swat at me with brooms.
Wow.
I love it.
All right, that is it for this one. Reminder to check out toughpigs.com. Give us a good review on your podcatcher of choice, and we will see you next time.
Don't forget to dance your cares away.
Dan at Fraggle Talk.
Fraggle Talk Classic is brought to you by toughpigs.com. Fraggle Talk art by Dave Hulteen Jr. The Fraggle Rock mark and logo, characters, and elements are trademarks of the Jim Henson Company. All rights reserved. The Fraggle Rock theme song, written by Philip Balsam and Dennis Lee, is used with permission. Special thanks to the Jim Henson Company and the entire Fraggle Rock family. For more from Tough Pigs, please find us at Tough Pigs on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, TeePublic, and Patreon. Fraggle Talk Classic is produced and edited by me, Beth Cook. Thank you to Joe Hennis, the Tough Pigs Muppet Fan Podcast executive producer. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time, down at Fraggle Talk.
Which also, you don't have to apologize for being off topic.
Oh, yeah.
We go off topic all the time.
All the time.
All right.
Look at this cool rock I have.
Ooh.
It's cool. It's got like layers.
That is a cool rock.
And it fits my hand real good.
Where'd you get it?
No, Philo, my rock.
Wait, where'd you pick it up?
I found it at Wildcat Canyon, actually.
Oh,
I saw it. It was really pretty.
That's very cool.
You want to look closer?
Yes, please.
All right.
Ooh.
It's got that little arc layer on it.
That's quite nice.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite fidgets.
Thank you for reminding me I needed my fidget.
Very important.
Right, okay. I'm supposed to get us back on the rails that we allegedly have.